usually where I pick on the audience to say a thing or two about KCR. What? Come on up and introduce yourself, sir. Let's give you an introduction. This is one of our young military in Canada. They can hear you.
Oh, okay. My name is David Van Camp. I've been a part of the Canadian Forces for the last 10 years with a few major injuries that I've suffered with. And as he was just saying, with the teeth clenching and PTSD and all of the things that go along with that, just because of teeth clenching and needing braces and orthotics and everything I've gone through, literally everything that he was just touched on. And it's all from a few incidences that I had within the military. But I came to see Hugh a few weeks ago, and since then, headaches have dissipated and not using the orthotics anymore, and just feeling absolutely great about everything. And seriously surprised and trying to figure out exactly what it was. The aches and pains throughout the body aren't there anymore, or they've diminished so much that you only notice them once or twice a day. Not stressed out nearly as much about anything, and just feeling overall better about life. So it's absolutely phenomenal, the things that Hugh's done. As he said, even within a couple of minutes of just doing the KCR with you. And can't speak highly enough about him, because it's
not me, it's a protocol.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's a protocol. Okay. Yeah.
It's helping me get back into doing physical workouts again, which I've been told by the military I'm not allowed to because of the injuries, and actually getting back into the gym and working out again, which I haven't been allowed to do for 6 years. And this is all within the last few weeks, which is phenomenal for me. So,
while we're on the topic, apart from KCR, one of the other things that we work with is myofascial release. We'll get into that more on level 2 of the courses, but people have been asking us before today how this affects PTSD. And so many of our military and others throughout the world suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, right? Maybe you can speak to the efficacy of how that's helped you, because of the people who know people who need to do this. Okay.
yeah, I have been diagnosed.
Can you speak more to the microphone? They're having trouble hearing you a bit.
Oh, sorry. I have been diagnosed with extreme PTSD just because of the medical injuries and time I've served within the military. And through that, they've sent me to counselors and everybody else trying to get better, and there's support networks in Canada that soldiers talk to soldiers who just talk about their issues. But the myofascial release that Hugh had just said, he's done that once on me, and the stresses and worries about everything that's happened seem so insignificant now that there's not that stress to worry about them. Not having the same kind of flashbacks or thought processes that you would have, or I did have previously to seeing you. It's just a lot more relaxed, and you're not on edge all the time. You're not worrying or thinking about those random triggers that might send you off and make your brain go to the places that you don't normally go to. And it's absolutely phenomenal, and it couldn't be helped by anybody else than doing the myofascial release. So the medication that the military had me on and the psychologists that they've been sending me to, I've stopped taking the meds within the last few weeks, and the number of appointments I've had with the counselors that they've been sending me to, I've cut in half. Still have to go to them mandatory because of the PTSD diagnosis, but it's a lot better than it was. And not having any kind of triggers anymore. I have not been set off once, or not found one trigger that I used to have that has sent me back into the PTSD setting, or the worrying about what's going to happen next, or just being on guard all the time when you feel safe but you're not safe. It's the complete opposite when you have PTSD. You're in a completely safe environment, like you're sitting at home with the house locked, and yet you're still on guard, worrying who's outside, what's going by, what's going on. And since the one sitting I had with the myofascial release, I've not felt that once. And it's such a relief for the mental mind as well as just physically, not having that worry and stress in your life, and can actually function better and make friends and actually go out into public and do things without having the military support there, or having the people who might be able to help you if you go into that kind of a scenario, because most civilians would never understand that. And with doing that myofascial release, it's helped me be able to actually go out into public and not have that fear or worry that something's going to set me off and I'll have to go home right away, or else I'll start getting angry or aggressive or put into such a fear state that I just want to go and hide in a corner. And can't talk any more about that because it's just so phenomenal what it's done for me. Not a problem, yeah.
Okay, that gives you an example of how we can use KCR combined with myofascial release for those of you who have made some inquiries to that effect before today. I think that's a pretty vivid demonstration right there to potential millions who could be helped by these protocols, and not just in the military.